Yo, 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 what's good, people? What is good with y'all? Happy holiday weekend. I know some of y'all are already off of vacation. Hope y'all gonna have some fun this weekend. Lots of good gaming, lots of everything else, man. Come on in here. We got Stoney, Paul G, Aden Rizzy, J Doggy, my brother Prime. I see you, player. I see you. See if I can let me get some of my music back in here. Hopefully it's the music back in here. There we go. Gotta have some of my tunes. Gotta have some of my tunes. Let me pull up so I can see the chat in real time. Call me Jay, my brother. What's good? What is good? Yeah, I want to do a little quick show today. Silver Joysticks, what's good? What's good? Aziza in the house. Ice Queen, what is good? Absolutely, absolutely. You already know what time it is. Y'all can share this out. Hit the like button. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, man. We're gonna talk about it. You know, one thing is crazy is how Overdone, my brother, the meme god, my man, he hooks me up with all the memes, all the GIFs, all the funny videos that you guys like. Yeah, he's the man behind the madness. Salute to that brother. Absolutely, Ice Queen. Spider-Man is looking amazing, as it should. But something's very, very troubling right now in gaming when it comes to Spider-Man. I've been hearing people say it looks downgraded. Some people say it looks ashy. Some people say it looks like a PS4 game. Some people say it didn't have enough puddles. Some people say it didn't have enough jump button. You know, the usuals. The usual hate that PlayStation games get, that the first party games get. Y'all know what it is. Absolutely. Silver Joystick. They said Spider-Man 2 is giving DLC vibes. How about that? DLC vibes. Now, ain't that crazy? That is crazy. Here we are again, another generation, more hate. Now they just had their first next generation only game, full title, Redfall, running at 30 frames a second. No ray tracing. No advanced next generation graphics. No advanced AI from the NPCs. Nothing. But these guys had the audacity to put on a X-ray vision goggles and zoom in 400% like Digital Foundry on a 1080p YouTube compressed trailer and fix their lips to say that they're not impressed. And I even heard a comment out there that Spider-Man 2 may look slightly worse than the Pentiment. Now I ain't gonna put whoever said that out there. I don't put that on their head like that. But you know, yeah, I've seen worse. My brother Paul G in the house. What's good, player? Human in the house. Downward incline. Big facts, brother. He said we down bad, J-Dub. But Spider-Man looking amazing though. Big facts, brother. Listen, I'm holding the line. If it's good for one side, it's good for another. Neil, my brother Neil Agasto in the house was good. Call me Jay. I see you, Mike. My brother in OKC. My brother right there, right next to Texas where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? We cousins. You know what I'm saying? J Doggy said, hey, J Doggy, man, I don't want to be messy, man. You know, y'all savage, man. Y'all gonna run that man off the block. But just know he's an ex-bot. And he's a newly reported FTC lawyer. And all he do is get on Twitter and talk about the CMA and the goddamn ABK acquisitions. So I ain't gonna say his name, but y'all can kind of assume who I'm talking about. But I mean, listen, I just don't understand when your leader, Phil Spencer, comes out there, waves the white flag, says he can't compete with PlayStation, says he can't compete with Nintendo. He can't compete with Nintendo. Sony has their show. And by the way, just so you know, for you guys want to know where I stand on this showcase, I gave it a 7 out of 10. And the reason I gave it a 7 out of 10 is because the expectation that I had was that we were going to see a ton of first-party games, and we did not get that. We got some first-party games, but we didn't get a lot of first-party games. And for the first-party games, and I mean, the big stuff from Sony Santa Monica, from Sony Bend, from Sucker Punch, on and on and on, from Naughty Dog. We can keep going. We already know, right? Even stuff that we know that they're working on that they already announced, these guys did not show. So that's where my disappointment lies. The disappointment did not come from what they showed. They showed a ton of great goddamn games. Anybody that will bring Metal Gear Solid 3 back on a stage After all of this time, hey, that's a W. And again, I am not going to change your mind about the show. The expectation was extremely high. Sony set those expectations and they failed to deliver. But let's not act like the games that they showed wasn't godly games. Sure, if you're not into indies, sure. But guess what? Discount those games. Remove them. And what did they show that would impress you? Right? They even had the audacity to bring out some more hardware, which I didn't think that they were going to do. So kudos to them for that. I did not think they were going to come out with some more hardware. And yes, I will be buying the handheld day one. It's for me. They listen to me. They say J-Dub, he want to play the PlayStation 5 while he in bed. He don't want to wake up his wife and wake up his kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So they made that for me. It spoke to me. Yes, Spider-Man, it saved the show from being more disappointed. But who did not expect Spider-Man to blow the socks off? They did. They gave that to us. But again, I think a lot of people are giving it 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, because their disappointment was their expectation was that this was going to be the first party blowout that they had been waiting for. And I'm all for it. I support you 4 out of 10s and 3 out of 10s and whatever 6 out of 10s. I said it on my brother Porter Rock show. I give the show a 6 out of 10, but I give it an extra point because they did show hardware, something that I did not think they were going to do. They showed the PlayStation Airbuds. I gotta have that. Mike, big facts, brother. Listen, man, you know, it's great playing the game on the couch and stuff like that, but sometime when you're ready to relax and wind down for the night and you're not quite ready to finish playing, but you want to wind down, sometime you want to go and, you know what I'm saying, lay in the bed, kick your feet up, and just chill and unwind. And so that's why that's for me. You see what I'm saying? That's for me. I'm only giving you my opinion. Salute to Johnny Gaming, my brother. He said 5 out of 10. Absolutely, brother. That shows a 5 out of 10. I can't listen. I can't deny, I'm not knocking anybody's score for that, because that expectation. But I'm not going to sit up here and say it's a 10 out of 10 either, because the expectations were set. And I'm gonna be honest, PlayStation gamers, we have a higher level of expectation from Sony. We will not lower our expectations for anybody. That includes Jim Ryan, Herman Hultz, Shuhei Yoshida, or whatever. And that's the difference between the PlayStation fan base and the Xbox fan base. Berber Country, I see you, my brother. Blackbeard, I see you. Heat the Heathen Stevens, my brother. Taryn, my brother, what's good? I know we're gonna get a Twitter Spaces here today, tomorrow from you. You know I'm gonna be there. Who else saw that, man? Cold-blooded Sensei, my brother. He said the hardware in the movie trailer made the showcase worse than what it was. The movie trailer, I dig it. I dig it, man. Remove that. That should have not been there. That should have not been there. It shouldn't. This is games. It should only be games here. Save the state of plays, or, you know, have a separate event, a little 10-minute, you know, state of trailers or something, showing, highlighting your TV shows you got coming, like Twisted Metal, highlight your movie, you know, for Gran Turismo and stuff like that. Do that, but come on. They hadn't had a showcase in quite a long time. And so our expectation was, okay, y'all been cooking. Y'all had y'all head down, and now y'all ready. They said that. They said we are ready. Ready for what? The show was actually, and I'll say it again, 2 state of plays put together. The downward incline said 5 out of 10. After 18 months, I expected to be blown away, and I wasn't. It was mid. I gotta respect that. I gotta respect that. Brian Walensky said, "I'm scared for Twisted Metal. They'll probably ruin it." Brian, I'm gonna hold off reservations for that because they just gave you The Last of Us, right? And that was a mega hit that actually surpassed Game of Thrones, which we thought would never be able to be done. So until they show me some other reason to not trust them, I'm going to continue trusting them until they show me a reason on that. I'm just I don't want to damn it just yet. You see what I'm saying? But you know, it's good seeing that they got their movie synergy and they TV show synergy and they, you know, all this other stuff kicking, you know. Paul G said 7 out of 10. There are several games I know I'll be playing. Big facts. Listen, let's not act like 90% of those games were great fucking games. They were great looking games. Now, some people didn't like the Minecraft looking game, the Splatoon looking games and stuff like that. And I've always said, when it comes to indies, those aren't catered to the hardcore. They're catered to the casual and the people that are in there. So that was a shot over the bow. That's saying, hey, listen, we can make that Minecraft stuff too. Let's try to go and poach some of these Xbox guys. Let's try to go and poach some of these kids who game on Nintendo products. You see what I'm saying? Now, I know the hardcore, we like to feel like it's all about us. And all gaming that comes out have to be for us. But we know for a fact that's not true. Because the majority of people are not going to go out and buy a PlayStation VR. Only the hardcore. And they gave that to the hardcore. So they provided that for you. We can't knock them for trying to provide something for somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Like this handheld that they're coming out with. It's not for everybody. But like I told you when we first started this show, it's for me. It's for J-Dub. They listened to me. You see what I'm saying? Now you can't be like, okay, Nintendo got all the kids lined up. They making this money hand over foot with all of these kiddie games and all these indies and stuff like that for them. And tell Sony, now y'all can't make that kind of money. Y'all can't make money doing that. Y'all just only got to stick to making money from what I want. You see what I'm saying? We can't do that. We are not the tinfoil head crowd where we have to do that. And I get it. Some guys right now are mad because Sony is starting to do the whole tapping their toe tapping inside of these services type realms of game. You can't knock them for that. They see the stats. They see the top 10 games on PlayStation are services type games. Right? Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. They giving you your Spider-Man. That's what you want. You wanted your Spider-Man. They gave you your God of War. That's what you wanted. They gave that to you. You wanted The Last of Us. They gave that to you. You wanted the VR. They gave that to you. You wanted your Gran Turismo. They gave that to you. You wanted Wolverine. God damn it, they're giving it to you. You wanted your Ghost of Tsushima. God damn it, they're giving it to you. You wanted the best version of multiplats. God damn it, they're giving it to you. So with them giving you all of that, are you going to sit here and say, okay, you're giving me all of this, but we don't want you guys to make money elsewhere? Like, you can't be that selfish. You have to say, in order for PlayStation to grow, in order for more people to buy these consoles, J-Ro, salute to you. Thank you for coming by, man. Thanks for rocking out. You can't tell Sony, hey, you can't cater to other people as well as me. No. I always say this. As a corporation, you have to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. We give Xbox shit every single day because they feel like they can't do two things at once. When I asked, where is Xbox VR that you promised me, Phil Spencer? The first thing that fan base comes out and say, well, no, they need to focus on the games. They can't do all of that other stuff as well. They gotta stay focused. And this company has $3 trillion. And this is the excuse that they give for not giving their fan base VR. But PlayStation, that has significantly less amount of money, is able to give you that. They're able to give you a handheld. They're able to give you all of this other stuff, right? They're able to provide all of that other stuff and not take anything away from you. So sometimes it's okay to have other people be the focus. You know, when they come out there and they show off the adaptive controller, do you see a lot of people out there saying, man, why are you wasting time on the show for that crap? No, you know why? Because there's people who that's targeted towards. It may not be you, it may not be me, but it's people for that. Now, here's the thing. The moment Sony stops delivering what I want, the single player story driven, big blockbuster, $200-300 million game, you know, the big Transformer, big explosive Michael Bay type games that we love and we enjoy, the moment they stop providing that, then I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I'm saying, well, you're focusing more on this and that, and you're leaving me by the wayside. But until they do that, I'm going to sit back, enjoy my slice of the pie, and let them get their money off for the other people who need the adaptive controller, for the other people who may need the wireless headbuds and the handheld, for the other people who may need the VR, for the other people that may like the services type games, the other people who may like this and that and stuff. And so every single state of play, every single PlayStation showcase, they're going to show indies. Why every time they have some kind of show, we cry when it comes to indies? And I love indies. I have a Steam Deck that plays nothing but indies. So again, maybe, right? Maybe it's just me, because I know a lot of people say, oh no, have a separate show. Listen, and Sony has done that. They have done plenty of state of plays that highlight just indies. I get that. So the criticism for the show is properly placed. But the criticism based on calling indies trash, that's not what I'm about. That's not, because some of the best games I've ever played in my life were indies. And if you're an Xbox guy, Hi-Fi Rush is an indie. It was a small budget game. It was made by a small team. And that's y'all proclaimed GOTY. You'll never catch me on a tweet, you'll never catch me on a podcast, something that's saying Hi-Fi Rush is trash. Because I don't believe that. I believe there's a space for it all. So the criticism comes for Sony setting an expectation that we were going to see nothing but blockbuster AAA first party titles. And to be honest, we only got maybe 2 or 3 of those first party games. And that did not come from the studios that we were looking for the games from. We were looking for the Naughty Dog stuff. Where's the Factions? Where's the game that Cory Balrog's been working on? He didn't even work on Ragnarok. So he's been having his head down for the last 4 years, right? Ghost of Tsushima came out of 2018, something like that. You know, I know they're working on something else. What's the update to that? What's going on with that? We know there's, I think, a movie coming out for Ghost of Tsushima. You know, and some of the blame, I can say, right? Some of the blame can go to these fake insiders. We fall for it every single time. We fall for it every single time. The insiders will come. Jimmy Harrison, my brother, what's good, player? Okay, I got you. I'm gonna check Twitter in a bit. Paul G said Phantom Blade alone looks better than anything Xbox had. Big facts. Listen, Xbox is a non-factor in gaming at this point in time, right? I hope their showcase will blow this Sony showcase out of the water. So again, like we always say, competition is good. That'll force Sony to do better. And that, in retrospective, that's supposed to force Microsoft to do better when it comes to Xbox. Berber Country, he said the reason why I'm mad is that it seems like for the foreseeable future, I may just need to buy a new GPU. That's it. There's nothing outside of Spider-Man that was exclusive that I needed my PS5 for. True, Borber. True. You're right now, but you can't have just one show to dictate what's going on with PlayStation. You still need a PS5, right? You still need a PS5 to play your PSVR. You are going to want to play Spider-Man. You are going to play that Phantom game, right? You are going to want to play Naughty Dog's next game. You are going to want to play Sucker Punch's next game. You're going to want to play Sony Santa Monica's next game. Blue Point's next game. You're going to want to play all of that, right? Final Fantasy 16, Stellar Blade, on and on and on. So let's not act like they don't have the games. We know they got the games. We are mad at the showcase because they did not show the games that we wanted to see from those studios that I named. So let's not paint with a broad brush. And let's face it, even right now, PC is not the way to go, my brother. Have you seen the last 5 or 6 ports of these games? Shall I name Star Wars? Wasn't it The Last of Us? And a ton of other games that run like and look like shit on PC? Do you really want to go out and spend $2,000 for a graphics card for that shit? It's a hit or miss. You just don't know what you're gonna get when it comes to PC. And for the money that you're gonna spend, you know what I'm saying? Just that GPU alone, let's say you get a 4090, it's gonna run you 16, 17, 1800 bucks, call it $2,000 right with tax. Then you may get a port of Ratchet and Clank, but that shit you never know. Shit might come out fucked up. You may have to wait a couple of months for some patches and shit. So, you see what I'm saying? You only spend $399, $499 for a PS5. So I'm not, now is, and I get it. We're frustrated. A lot of us are mad because of, some stuff. And I get it. I get it. Again, there's no excuses. None whatsoever. I'm only stating that this one show did not give us what we wanted. So we let our voices be known and let them know we are not Xbox. We expect better. And it is what it is. And we're going to keep it moving. We are going to keep it moving by any means. I'm not out here like some of these dudes talking about man, Halamoka, how come I get an ad commercial on a live stream? Look, I have no idea, man. I just hit the number of hours that I needed. Y'all know I took about a 6 months break from podcasting and stuff like that. So YouTube forced me, in order to partnership my channel again, to monetize it, whatever. I had to get my 4,000 hours in. So I did a couple of streams, got my 4,000 hours, and now everything is back monetized. So the ads are there. I don't know what the hell YouTube done changed. I kind of been out the game for the past half a year. So, but we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. One yay, my brother. Listen, I agree with you. Until they title it PlayStation Future Games, I'm not thinking it's going to be just that. Listen, at this point, let me lower the mic. Hopefully you're not getting cracking now. J-Ro, can you hear me loud and clear now? Hopefully you can. But oh, they said my mic is popping. Let me check. I don't know. This goddamn shit crazy. Testing. Let me lower my music a little bit and see if my mic. What about now, y'all? Y'all getting some cracking? Is it cracking? Hopefully it's good. Blackberry. Hey, thank y'all for letting me know that the mic was popping. It was getting a little hot. But let me fast forward a little bit, right? I think now that lets us know we don't need to temper our expectations, but what we need to do is take a wait and see approach with these motherfuckers. Because it seems like if they can fumble an easy win like this, like, again, the show wasn't a bad show. It was the expectations of the show. They set the expectations like all their big first party shit was ready and finna come out like an NFL football team coming through that little tunnel, right? So we all hyped up, everybody popping shit. You know, all they first party studios tweeting shit, popping big shit. Oh yeah, this shit ready. Y'all tune in. So we thinking, we hype, we crunk, we got pizza, we got wings, we got everything, right? Y'all should see me right now. I'm bobbing left and right and shit, like I'm in that NFL tunnel, finna run through, and then these motherfuckers close the door, and we looking like, what the fuck? Yeah, they finished off with Spider-Man, which is amazing. All things PlayStation, my brother, was good. But it's still like, what the fuck? Y'all acting like Rihanna finna come out here and do a little concert, and then y'all motherfuckers sent out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers sent out Colt Eastwood. What the fuck are we doing here? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all like Sony they not known for doing this shit. They not known for blowing a substantial lead or known for blowing a show where it's just like, it's so divided. Like, this show is not even divided. The consensus is that everybody was disappointed. And when I say everybody, I mean Xbox guys, PlayStation guys, hell, Nintendo guys, even PC guys. Like, the consensus is that Sony, some kind of way, was on one area of the football field and everybody else was on the other side. Like, how can that disconnect be there? I don't know. Some people say it's on purpose. Some people say, you know, it's not. Some people blame Jim Ryan. Some people blame... Listen, I ain't pointing fingers and blaming who. I just know Sony got to fix this shit. And I hope and pray that Microsoft comes out on their event and kicks Sony in the fucking balls. Pause. The floor is wide open for Microsoft to come out there, show a bunch of new first-party IP, and just blow them out. You know what I'm saying? Then we gonna be in that tunnel, rocking with Xbox. Oh shit, they back. They back. Now, fuck all that Blizzard Activision shit. They don't get no dub for that. But I'm talking about like new games that show off the power of the console, right? Popping big shit. I want Big Phil. Pause. I want Phil Spencer out there talking big shit. I want him back, right? I want him to erase that interview that he had. I want him to take that shit down or do a new video and say, "Psych, I was pump faking." You know what I'm saying? I want Phil to come out and say, you know, I was just bullshitting. Y'all know I was just fucking with Jim Ryan. You know, this is what the competition. This is what we want. This is what we need. Run R, I see you, player. This is what gaming needs. Aussie Sly, Adam, what's good? Thanks for coming rocking out with your boy. Listen, we all should hope Microsoft come out there and blow that shit out the water and blow the spot up. Because then Jim Ryan and them ain't going to have no choice but to send Neil Druckmann out there and send Corey Barlog out there and send the rest of those dudes out there, right? But is it possible that this happened because PlayStation has no competition? I'm going to let you ponder on that real quick. Is it a possibility that that show happened because Sony saw no need to go balls to the walls because the competition is out there saying that they aren't competition? I mean, is that beyond the realm of what it? Am I just making something up? I mean, could y'all talk to me? Tell me what y'all think. We know they got the studios. We know they working on the games. Surely they got factions damn near done, right? Surely whatever Corey Balrog has been working on for the last 4 or 5 years, surely they're able to take a slice of trailer from that, right? Sucker Punch, Ben, Sony Santa Monica, Naughty Dog. I mean, it was just, listen, Team Asobi, the people who made y'all know what I'm talking about. Astrobot. But a lot of blame can go again. I think it all goes back to these insiders. These insiders hype us up, they pump us up and tell us all of this shit, and we fall for it every time. It's the need, you know what I'm saying? It's the need to, it's like Sony's in a position to go ahead and swing that knockout blow that go ahead and put Xbox out of its misery. But some kind of way, they just turn around and walk off. They never want to quite finish the job. T. Harris said, Little Devil Inside and Abandoned would have saved it show. Listen, man, Little Devil Inside, we still waiting on that. It's just a lot of games. And then a lot of those developers that are making those games were the ones that was retweeting the show and putting the emoji eyes and hyping everybody up. You know what I'm saying? He said, I blame Jeff Grubb. Listen, you even had your boy from Windows Central, J.S. Gordon out there. J.S. Gordon or whatever. He was even out there saying, yeah, I heard about some shit. This is a wrap. London Studios, right? We know they're working on something. Why the hell are all of these studios? And because Sony fumbled, because they stumbled with this particular show, that left it open for criticism. And I think we should all criticize it. But what I don't want to see, and what we not finna do, is have some dusty ass bots out here who was just hyping up Redfall in 30 frames a second, out here talking about the games that they showed is trash, and Spider-Man 2 looks downgraded and don't have enough puddles. We're not finna go through that shit another generation. We did that shit last gen. Player, this is not the gen to do that shit in. Your leader just walked out there and waved the white flag. So you might want to sit down. I am not about to have no dusty ass bot out there talking shit about Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man 30 frames. Listen, not a single Sony first-party game does not have 60 frame option or the 120 hertz 40 frames a second option with the VRR and all that stuff. Like, come on. All of their games got shitload of modes. From ray tracing to whatever. So we're past that point, man. Let's not go backwards. I'm not about to argue with a motherfucker that just was hyping up the Pentiment. I'm not finna waste my breath. That's an easy way to get a block from me. I'll go back and forth with you. But what we not finna do, we not finna do that. Listen, the fact that we know Starfield is 30 frames a second mean that why the fuck would they even bring up a frame per second? Or even performance? When PlayStation 5 has, when all the games are running better and looking better on PS5. Like, if I was an Xbox, I would just sit down and hold that one out. I would find a different argument. Roy and Rogue was good, player. Thank you for coming through. Always mad gaming. Listen, Miles Morales was flying with the wingsuit. That SSD was humming. No hitches, no stutters. Next gen, even Digital Foundry had to come out and tell dudes to shut up. He said, all that, y'all talking about that water and shit and all that shit. That shit was ray traced. Shadows and reflections and all that shit. Like what? Come on, man. But they do that with all Sony's first party games. They always find, whether it's a jump button, whether it's missing puddles, or they always find some kind of crazy, retarded excuse to hate on the game. And then when the game come out, then they get ghost and get quiet. Oh, well, I don't like comic games. Comic games is for kids. For sure, Roy and Rogue, you ready for the weekend, huh? Ready for the holiday. Had to get suited and booted. Got the locks ready. CTR2, my brother with the roof, was good. Yeah, again, there's an argument to have about the show. But what we not finna do is shit on the games that they showed. Those shits was crispy. And I don't care if there was more. Here's the thing. Why does Xbox guys get to say, oh, they show multiplayer. They show multiplayer. When literally 100% of Xbox games are multiplayer. 100% of those games are multiplayer on Xbox. So how can you shit on Sony for showing off some multiplayer when 100% of your games have multiplayer? That's the ass hattery of the arguments that you're dealing with when you're dealing with Xbox these days. When you're dealing with Xbox, they literally just was damage controlling Redfall. Talking about, oh, I'm having fun with my friends. Metacritic don't matter. And then days later, Spider-Man don't even look good. That shit, they look downgraded. Look at, let me zoom in. See the water? The water physics don't look next gen. It looks like a PS4 game. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, what are we doing here? And this is why we beat y'all ass day to day to day to day to day to day. This is why we keep our foot on your neck. This is why we tease you daily, because of things like this. This was the perfect time to say, listen, Sony fans are disgruntled about their show. We need to get crunk about our Xbox showcase and hope that Microsoft and Phil Spencer and the rest of those guys can capitalize on Sony's stumble. Would that have been hard to say? Would that have been hard to say? mean, it's not difficult just to say, hey man, I hope I hope Xbox can really capitalize off of the failure. Salute to Dominic. Appreciate you for subscribing, player. Hope you're enjoying the content. I will be having more shows. I'll probably do another show tomorrow and maybe one Sunday. Again, guys that were hyping the Pentiment, right? Look at the screen. The Pentiment. These are their games. Our games is up there on top. They're saying the games on top is trash and looks bad. But then the game on the bottom that they have, they're saying it's perfect. It's a great art style. I'm having fun. I'm having fun with my friends. Metacritic don't matter. Shut up, just play your games. Those are the excuses these bots give. So them commenting on PlayStation games is actually pretty comical. Very comical. And I'm gonna be honest, for guys out there saying, hey, Sony got another show after Microsoft show and maybe a Jeff Keighley show. We're not finna do that, man. Listen, they had a show, they had us hyped. They didn't deliver on that hype. What we wanted to see. Yes, we're gonna buy the games that they showed. Yes, we're gonna support those games. Yes, we're gonna enjoy those games. But that still don't take away from the disappointment that we thought we were finna see Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch and Guerrilla Games and Sony Ben's next game. That don't take that away. They can't fix that. Even if they come out with a show today showing us that still doesn't take away from that show that they had a couple of days ago. And I think when they finally do get to the point where they're ready to show those games, I think people are gonna be. It's almost like it's gonna lessen cheapen the moment. Missed opportunity. No way around it. No if, ands, or buts about it. But let's face it, that show still was better than Xbox's last 2-3 shows. Even with the indies, like let's not cap on that. Spider-Man alone outshines anything Xbox has shown. Then I'm glad they were finally able to show us the Metal Gear, because that's been a rumor for the last 4 or 5 years. They finally put that to rest. Phantom Blade Zero is and that's a PS5 exclusive. That looks better than anything Xbox can fucking produce. You know what I'm saying? I want a release date for that. I want a release date for Spider-Man. I want a release date for some of the other games. The VR Crossfire game. I'm gonna definitely be on that. Can't wait for Firewall Ultra to come out on PSVR. Have been hearing rumors about Half-Life Alyx and stuff like that. So our expectation was through the roof on this show, and they did not capitalize on that, and that's where that disappointment comes. So that's why people are giving it a 4 and 5. It is what it is. Sony just got to take their lumps. You already know you hadn't had a huge showcase in quite a long time. But I'll say I know a lot of people are not excited, but I'm excited for those PlayStation earbuds, because they're going to work perfect with my PSVR 2 and the handheld. Again, I want to be able to, lay in bed or in my office or something like that with my feet propped up, and I'm a big fan of the Steam Deck. I got my Steam Deck. I got the Logitech G Cloud. I use those devices all the time. Logitech G Cloud, I use it with Game Pass all the time. It's not for everybody, but it's for me. It's for me. Downward Incline. The Metal Gear Solid 3 trailer was missing that Kojima style. Yeah, true, but you got to realize it's not a new game. It's just a remake of the game that Kojima has already perfected, right? But if you got something that was already perfected, they could have had Kojima or whatever for the trailer, but it still wouldn't have sold one more copy to somebody else. Either you're interested in Metal Gear or you're not. Kojima only made like 2 games, the Metal Gear series and Death Stranding. And if you're not interested in either of those, then it kind of wouldn't matter. But yeah, I was hoping that Kojima would be involved in some kind of way and potentially a nod or something like that. But, you know, I don't know, you know. Ghost of New Orleans. Here's the thing. I don't know who's making Metal Gear Solid because they didn't say. I don't know if a new article or something came out that you read that I didn't, that I haven't. So maybe you're more up to date than I am. But when they showed in the showcase, they didn't say like who was making the game. So that's why I'm still wondering who the hell making that game. As far as I'm concerned, the same motherfuckers that made Redfall is making that game. I don't know. But I'm like this. You kind of can't fumble that game. It's already there. Make sure the graphics are better, the controller more modern, and you got a W on your hand. You got a solid 85 any day of the week. But stranger things can happen. Yeah, but I just wanted to kind of point that out, man, how a lot of Xbox guys are out there saying that they're not impressed with Spider-Man. Like, their standards for quality is so high. Like, what the hell are we doing? You just got the ass of game that just came out, the lowest rated game of the generation, but you gonna turn your nose up at Spider-Man? After seeing Venom? After seeing Miles Morales fly with the wingsuit? After seeing Kraven, the Hunter? Yeah, man. Listen, I don't care what y'all say. That Spider-Man 2 finna sell fucking like crazy. That shit is finna. This holiday, everybody and their mama finna be buying this game. I'm gonna be honest. That Spider-Man game probably will be the #1 selling game this year. That even includes, right? That even includes Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that. True Virgil, my brother, was good. Mortal Black was good, player. Jim, he said, I don't care for any of those games right now. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I can't deny that. If that's, everybody has a different, different taste in games. I'll never tell a person that games that I'm interested in that I'm a big fan for Death Stranding. I beat the game multiple times. I was an advocate for it being Game of the Year. TKRDS, my brother, what's good? Welcome. Parco Tech, I see you. Muck, Navy Vet, I see you. All right, you take it easy, all things PlayStation. I see you, player. Man, you take it easy. I was a big advocate for Death Stranding when everybody was shitting on the game. They called it a FedEx simulator. They all kind of shit. Yeah, but I was an advocate for it. I still think it's one of the best, greatest games ever created in history of mankind. But that's just me. I'm not, it's just me. If that makes my gaming habits weird, if that makes me weird, then so be it. That shit was some genius. That writing in that game was just genius. How it took something so simple, but it made it so extravagant and so meaningful. Especially after you beat the game. I mean, just the whole lore of it's crazy. Roy and Rogue, I appreciate you, man. You jamming the music. You like the music. I appreciate you, player. This is my chill music, man, when I'm just sitting back talking to y'all. Dominic, my man Dominic said the only platinums I got is in Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank. Basically the Insomniac collection, as you should, brother. That shit is great. And I'm gonna be honest, I really was kind of upset. We didn't get a new Ratchet and Clank. We didn't, again, we were looking forward to, and I know Insomniac is making a lot of shit right now, but Sony has a lot of teams and a lot of people making multiple things. And when we didn't see any of that stuff, I think that's why that disappointment for me came out of. It's not like, the games and stuff that they showed that they were bad games. None of them were Pentiment or Redfall, right? They were good games. It's just what we expected wasn't there. So when that expectation, we sitting there waiting game after game, we're waiting for something, and when that never showed, I mean, luckily they finished with Spider-Man. That kind of took some of the sting out of it. But man, we were still like, where the hell? Why y'all didn't show up and show out like we was expecting? Ozzy said over 15 million copies in a week for Spider-Man 2, I bet. Listen, it's going to be a lot. You don't think every subway, every billboard, every store, every event, every commercial is not going to have Spider-Man with Miles Morales and Venom and the shit posted everywhere? Little kids finna go crazy. My kids already got me ordering the comic books and stuff. So yeah, that game finna smack. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's any game this year that can touch it. I'm not talking about Metacritic score wise, right? We don't know. I'll be honest, it wouldn't shock me if what's a game? It wouldn't shock me if they give Game of the Year to Hogwarts Legacy, right? I mean, that year, what was that year they gave it to It Takes Two over some of the big shit, the big games, right? It's just so, I don't know. As long as the game, we know the game's going to get maybe 88, 89. It's very, very hard for a Sony game these days to get a 90. Xbox games can get 90 all the time, right? They got Windows Central behind them. They got Survivor and all of these people. That's good. Those guys gave Redfall 10 out of 10s, right? So, I mean, it was like pulling teeth just to get God of War into the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's just the game you got to play. True Virgil said the show is trash. The real show is in June. Oh man. I hope you're right, brother. I hope you're right. I hope Phil Spencer don't walk out there with his shoes untied, tripping and falling. You know what I'm saying? Mello is Lil Rodney's son, my brother. He fell through. What's good, player? Dominic, hey man, listen, I want to apologize for the ads during the goddamn show. I'm sorry, I gotta check my settings or something. I gotta get with YouTube and figure out what the fuck going on with that. Honestly, I don't want y'all to have no ads until the people that missed the show, they can watch it after this, so I can get my 25 cents. You know what I'm saying? I need that revenue, man. I got to keep up my Game Pass subscription. They can't drop a dud forever in that shit. One of these days it's going to be worthwhile. Compost Smurf, my brother, was good, player. Starfield Direct might be comedy gold. Not gonna lie. Listen. I hope Starfield knocks it out the park. Man. I hope they do. We all should hope they do. But seeing as Bethesda's last 2 games, let's think about that. Well, let's say, I ain't gonna say the last 2 games. Redfall was a Bethesda game, right? Okay, that was a dud. The last Fallout type game was what, Fallout 76? That was the lowest rated game of that generation. At like a 35 Metacritic, 40 Metacritic, some shit like that. So, I don't know. Barrios, do I have a Discord? I do, brother, but I don't be in Discord, man. I'm gonna be honest. The only time I jump on Discord is when we finna go live on Z show. I stay away from Discord. I hear it's too fucking chaotic, man. I'm not. I stay in my zone in the Twitter sphere. That's why I do my damage on Twitter. I just from what I hear, man, Discord sometimes be so chaotic and shit like that. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I play it safe in my zone on Twitter. Absolutely, Mello is little right, son. He said that was a year that PlayStation, I remember that PlayStation had skipped E3. They didn't show up at E3, so Microsoft had the stage to themselves. And they still fumbled. They still ended up getting the worst show of the year. Now, here's the thing. On Microsoft's show, we know we're going to see all of the games that got delayed anyway, that they showed us. We're going to get what's going on with Avowed. We're going to get what's going on with Indiana Jones, maybe. Hellblade, where that's at. Fable, hopefully we get a release date with that. Not even a release date, because I think they're going through development hell and they just did some restarting over some shit. So I don't think we're going to see Fable. Forza, we're going to get a release date for Forza. Everwild, right? What the fuck is going on with Everwild? And I think like that, those are all the games that they kind of, the Outer Worlds 2. I think those are all the games that they showed years ago that we don't know what the hell's going on with, and all of them rebooted and heads of studios have left and stuff like that. So I don't know, and I don't see them just drastically coming out with a bunch of brand new IPs and they ready to rock and roll with that shit. I just don't see that, especially given how Redfall came out and Starfield got delayed before, and just everything is just chaotic. I just don't see them just coming out with a bunch of shit, but I hope I'm wrong. I don't see them coming out with a VR. I don't see them coming out with a handheld. I don't see them even talking about the hardware anymore. You know, I don't see them coming out with anything like that. So I think we're just going to get updates on the games that they already showed us. There's going to be some fluff, of course. We always get the fluff. We're going to get the Sea of Thieves DLC, the Pentiment DLC, Redfall 60 frames patch, the We Hear You mode. I call that the We Hear You mode. You know what I'm saying? The dude's going to be on the stage, the lady with the yellow hair and the pink nails and stuff, and you know, the I call it the cringe crowd. They're going to come out there, sit and talk about some shit we not trying to hear. And I want to see those games running on the console. I don't want to see it running on PC. I don't want to see CGI and all that shit. That's another reason Sony got an L, because a lot of shit they showed is CGI. That's not what Sony typically does. So that's why that showcase is very puzzling. It caught everybody off guard. OG Mac, I get that, man, but I mean, I can't be mad at people that are upset about it because their expectations was high. It's like, you know, you hadn't had a show in a long time, and you telling people, hey, you know, T. Harris said Sarah Bond is nice in jeans. Hey, man, hey, salute to Sarah Bond, man. Ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie, player. She can get the business. Get that work. salute to Sarah Bond, man. I hope she can take over for Phil, man, and bring some much needed change. I think it's time. It's time for Phil to go retire. He had a horrible run. You know, I usually say you had a good run. Nah, he had a horrible run. Just let him ride out into the sunset. Let that man retire in peace. Will Xbox announce Hellblade 2 for this year? Hell no. Nah. Because they if that was the case, they would delay Starfield and let that get some more time in the oven and then do Hellblade 2. So nah, that's a pipe dream. That game may come next year or the year after. They still doing fucking motion capture. Like, come on, what are we doing here? They still showing the head of the lady that be shaking all crazy and shit. Like, come on. We ain't even seen no fucking actual gameplay for that game. What else we got? Boy. Nipsey Turner said, if Xbox so great and the games are the best according to Xbox, why ain't people buying a console? Big facts. J Dog said, what is your Twitter name? J Dog, I know you know my Twitter. You probably talking about somebody else, man. Y'all know me. J Dub City 16. Follow the tears. Follow the tears. Ron Rogue said, I feel this is the last Xbox generation. I don't think so. But you got to remember, Xbox is not the console anymore. The Game Pass service is the console. It's the everything. So yes, the hardware can go away, but the service and stuff like that will still stay. If anything, they'll just be a third-party publisher. They'll just, sell their games to everybody and just make that money, and the cloud and shit. You never know that the Xbox games could be streaming on that Nintendo shit. I mean, on that PlayStation's handheld. Darwin Incline said, Firefield and promote Sarah Bond. Then I'll buy an Xbox. Oh, man, this man is very shallow. Oh, man. I ain't gonna lie. I might buy one or two of them myself. Yeah, I like Sarah Bond, man. She's a nice, classy lady. She's a nice, classy lady. Don John Shun in the house. Was good, player. Man, listen, I hope y'all have a great weekend. It's a holiday weekend. Hope y'all go out, barbecue, pop some fireworks, or do what you do. Play you some games, stream you some PlayStation VR, turn your Xbox off, go outside, cut the yard, play with the dog, jump in the pool, do something. Just enjoy yourself. Y'all know it ain't a lot of days that we get off. And so if this is that weekend, and if you get that day off, man, go enjoy it. Go to the beach if you live by the beach. Fire up the barbecue pit, call some family over, jam you some music, watch some movies, drink a ton of water, ton of alcohol, whatever makes you happy. Said my brother in Michigan said he can't do that. He said it's crazy up there. Oh man, I'm here in Texas, man. It's hot. It's getting hot. Maybe up to the 90s. You just gotta stay in the AC and hope that shit don't fail you. Silver Joysticks, I'm back. What up, player? Welcome back. I know my kids are gonna have fun because the Beat Saber came out during the show that day, and so we don't allow them to play games during the week. So the weekends they're able to play, and plus school is out, so yeah, they'll be playing Beat Saber and some more PSVR games and stuff like that. got the golf game on there. That's pretty cool. We all enjoy that. Final Fantasy 16, can't wait for that to come out. Street Fighter 5 is coming out in a week. Street Fighter 6, yeah, so we're definitely going to be on that. But for me, man, I think I'm just going to ride out that sunset with Final Fantasy 16 until the fall. Rario said, the beginning of 2024, Sony will have Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Factions, and Persona 6. Man, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even looking at 2024. I need them to correct this show that they just gave us. They need to fix that before the year is over. They gotta fix that. It left a sour taste in my mouth. Pause. It's like, Jim Ryan, just fix it, man. I don't know what you gotta do. Fix it. Have another goddamn show, make a state of play or something. Call it a first party state of play. That's what you do. Don't matter what the fuck you call it. Just call it a first party state of play. Show some trailers, some gameplay, some dates and shit like that, and then let people move on about their business. I do want to know when that handheld is coming out. When are those headphones are coming out so I can get them, you know what I'm saying? J Rowe, for sure. Switch over to the iPad for sure. Monty White said they delusional, man. Yeah, all of Sony's big games have their own state of plays, just like Final Fantasy 16. Remember, they just had their own state of play. They push their games, their big games. They do a thorough push. They like damn near force that shit on you. You know what I'm saying? Dominic, do you play PC at all? Absolutely. I'm a majority PC gamer. Well, I'll take that back. I'm a majority PS5 gamer, but I'm on my PC a lot. I said earlier, I have my Steam Deck. I have my Logitech G Cloud, so when I travel and stuff like that. But yeah, PC. I stream all the time. You can go look at stuff on the channel and stuff like that. Haven't streamed on PC in a while because it's goddamn software. One downfall about PC, man, it's always some fucking issues. I can leave this PC exactly how it is. I don't touch anything. And I come back the next day, boot it up, ready to stream. It's going to be some bullshit. It's going to be an update. That's going to break some shit, change some shit around. Just all kind of shit. Right now, I have a NVIDIA GeForce update that I need. And I'm not even trying to do that because I feel like if I do that, it's going to change some shit. It's going to break some shit. So while the stream is working fine and everything working fine, I kind of stay like that. T Harris, oh man, stall me out, brother. Boy, yo, who? You said that Q handheld device looks garbage. Listen, let me tell you this. Everybody say that till that shit drop. We said the same thing about the Steam Deck. We say that about gamers. We tend to do that. We tend to talk shit about shit until it drops. Then everybody run out and get it. And that's fine. That's just what we do. But I ain't no lie. I was live on air. I was on the Iron Lords podcast. Salute to them. And doing this whole state of PlayStation showcase. And when Jim Ryan came out and they announced that Sony, that PlayStation Q handheld or whatever, I logged into my Best Buy app, and I canceled my Asus Ally pre-order. Yeah, T Harris, he said that dude on P-Rock podcast like the handheld releasing was going to end his life. Hey man, listen, Porter Rock, he hates racing games. He hates them with a passion. He's not that guy, right? The dude that was on that show is like that. He hates streaming. He hates the whole streaming concept. That was him. That shit was funny. Money White said, I was hoping you can download the games. Here's the thing, and I tell people, when you have a dedicated gaming device, downside is that by the time that shit ships, those chips that's inside are already outdated. They're already, like, we know the Switch 2 coming, right? We know it's coming. But when it ships, that chip is already old and outdated. They already have the new shit already in stores, already being used elsewhere. So you have to survive 7 years on a mobile chipset trying to keep up with all the ray tracing, trying to keep up with all the Decima engine and all of the other advanced shit comes in. That's why the Vita, I'm gonna be honest, that's why a lot of developers didn't really take up support with that. Now, Nintendo is different because think about it. The only games they make are games that can run on that fucking potato. You know what I'm saying? They don't punch above their weight in none of their games. So imagine having to make a game around a specific handheld. That hardware is already outdated, and that handheld has to last 7 years. Is remote play even worth it? Absolutely. I have a Backbone. It's a Backbone device. It's a PlayStation brand. It's white. Plug my iPhone 14 Pro Max into it. I'm at work. I can play my PlayStation, play Gran Turismo, play all of my games. It works like a charm. No issues, no nothing. Everything looks good. It is what it is. It works. This device here is supposed to be a lot better because it has the new Wi-Fi technology and shit like that. So it's supposed to create pretty much like a VPN direct connection to it where there's pretty much no latency and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see. Again, it's not for everybody. I know everybody, well, I want this and that. Listen, I got a Steam Deck. In that Steam Deck, I got the emulators and stuff, so I get to play my N64 games. I get to play my PS2 games on it and my PS1 games, my Dreamcast games and stuff like that. I love it for that. I love it for that purpose. But the reason you will never get a dedicated hardware, right, from Sony is because the amount of money that it would take to run the games that you need, you're not willing to pay. And that's what it all boils down to. We want all this shit, but we're not willing to pay for it. Think about it. If the Asus Ally is $699, $799, and it's a dedicated piece of hardware that run Windows, how much do you think that a dedicated portable PS5 would have to be? And don't tell me PS4 because you're not trying to play fucking PS4 games on your handheld. We're in a new generation. We're trying to play fucking PS5 shits, right? So that would probably be $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, and you're not willing to pay that. Hell, I'm probably not willing to pay that. So why even give it that effort? Then if developers have to make specific games for it, you're running into that whole situation again. Nah. You're gonna take this little companion to your PS5, you like it, or you're gonna hate it and not touch it and then move on. But I'm gonna buy it. It's for me. It's not for you, it's for me. You know, some people don't like this. Some people wouldn't buy a Steam Deck in their PC gaming, and that's fine. It's not for you, it's for me. Neon Berry said, that's a you problem. Big facts. No, the handheld is probably in between $200 and $300. Because it really don't have like many chips in there, because it's not doing heavy processing and stuff like that. Yeah. Dark Side in the house. What's good, playa? Happy holiday weekend. My brother Neon Berry. Big facts, man. I keep my foot on their neck, man. As it needs to be. As it needs to be. It's see, money white. You have to have a PS5 to operate this Q device, this PlayStation Q Project Q device. You have to have a PlayStation 5. So that PS5 does all the heavy lifting. So I'm you know, it is what it is. If you wanted them to shrink down the PS5 and stick it in a handheld, that cost is just going to be astronomical. It's definitely going to cost you more than the PS5. And at that point, is it even worth it? I think this device comes out at $199, $299 tops. I mean, look at all the bullshit that had to happen, all the complaining and the whining for the PSVR 2. You had dudes out there screaming and yelling, "Oh, it's $499, it's $599, it's more than the PS5." And why would you? I'm gonna wait till the price come down to $199. You got a bunch of brokies out there, a bunch. You know, it is what it is. Now, this device that Sony's coming out with, it is not a competitor to the Steam Deck or the Ally. It literally is not, because you need a PS5 to operate it. The other ones are dedicated PC mobile PC units. That's basically what they are. And have you tried playing PlayStation games on a Steam Deck? Take all your settings, turn it all the way down to low, turn the resolution all the way down to maybe 600p or something like that. And then, you got all the jaggies, even with the FRS on and the shit like that. It's, and that's no knock into the Steam Deck. I knew what I was getting when I paid the $500-$600 for it. I know what I pay when I'm getting. If I want the top shelf shit, right, then I have to jump on my PC. I know I have to spend all of this money on my graphics card and my CPU and my memory and motherboard and all that shit to be able to give me that. But for me to expect all of that performance in a $300, $400, $500, $600 package, it's crazy to expect it. We do, as gamers, a lot of us do. It's just a habit. We do that. Listen, I would like a new Vita too. Oh, Ice Queen said, "Jay, did you see the new Naughty Dog tweet?" No, I did not see a new Naughty Dog tweet. Let me go and see what the fluffle is about. Let me see what the fuss is all about. Jimmy Harrison, I got your tweet, brother. I'm following you on Twitter. Salute to you, player. My brother with his beautiful family. Naughty Dog. What's going on with Naughty Dog? Y'all bear with me real quick. Let me see. Naughty Dog. I mean, I don't want to see one of them old cryptic tweets and shit like that. I mean, they just had a show. They need to just hold their L and just kind of move on. Don't none of that teasing shit. We ain't doing that, man. We ain't doing the teasing stuff no more. Okay, Naughty Dog tweeted out, "The Last of Us fans, we know many of you have been looking forward to hearing more about our The Last of Us multiplayer game. We're incredibly proud of the job our studio has done thus far, but as development has continued, we realize what's best for the game is to give it more time. Our team will continue to work on the project as well as our other games in development. Okay, they got multiple games in development, including a brand new single player experience. We look forward to sharing more soon. Okay. We're grateful for our fantastic community for our support. Thank you for your passion for our games. It continues to drive us. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Okay, so they're asking for more time. They're saying that they need a little bit more time to get their shit together, but they said that they are working on multiple projects, including a new single player experience. Okay. What y'all think about that? I need to hear from y'all. What do y'all think about that? I mean, y'all cool with that? Y'all think that was the right thing to tweet out, or y'all don't want to hear it? Y'all let me know. I mean, I'm not gonna go gaga over it, but that was nice to hear that, you know, they let us know that they working on some more shit. Now that soon, I don't like the word soon because that could be anything. Soon to them could be another year or two. Soon to us is like in the upcoming weeks or the upcoming months. You know, I'm always take I'm always take the best case scenario for me. For me. Ice Queen said maybe Sony and Naughty Dog decided to do this. I don't know. You know what? A lot of gamers after this show, they could have went to Naughty Dog and was like, "Hey man, what the fuck going on with factions?" Maybe they just got so overloaded and they decided to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Alamoko said, "Yes, this was good." Okay, cool. We got some positivity around this. Blackbeard said, "Keep it a secret." Soon, I mean, could that be this? Let me not go into 10-4 hat mode, right? Because y'all know I was going to go into 10-4 hat and ask y'all about, you know. Fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Do y'all think that soon could be the summer game show? Maybe Sony tossed Jeff Keighley tossed him a bone or something. Let him show some shit on his stage. I mean, I don't. Again, I say 10-4 hat mode. Dominic said, I don't give a damn about factions, and I like both games. I want a new IP or a new Uncharted spinoff. All right. Well, based on what I read you from Naughty Dog's tweet, they said that they working on new shit, new IP, new single player IP. None of the multiplayer shit, right? None of the services shit. So, you know, and I'm pretty sure if it was Uncharted or some shit like that, they wouldn't say new because, I mean, it's technically not new. And he said new games with an S. I don't know, y'all. I don't know how to feel about this. I like that they did that, and that's good. The best thing I took from that was, you know, they got factions coming. They still working on it. And then they got something else that's not factions or The Last of Us or Uncharted, right? Which is really good, which is really the 90% of what I want to hear is that y'all working on some new shit that we ain't seen before and we ain't heard of. So, good. It's about time to put The Last of Us, well, they already killed Uncharted. They're practically done with The Last of Us, right? They may make a part 3 somewhere in the future because of the TV show and shit. I don't know. But Factions is going to kind of, I'm assuming, pick that up. I don't know. But they started a new game, right? Something new, and you know, we'll see. No, boy, nah, I don't think that's what that means. I don't think. Maybe one of those. Nah, not even that, because they wouldn't word it that way. They wouldn't word it that way. This was like based on what they're saying, this is a new game that they work, a new IP. They specifically said new IP, not a new game or a new expansion or a new tale in their universe or however you want to say of gaming, you know. Yeah, somebody said it was supposed to be a sci-fi based game, based on some cues and stuff that was inside of the Last of Us. So, True Virgil said, "Ponies keep crying on my timeline, as they should. Hey, I want everybody to go on Twitter and cry on my man's True Virgil timeline. Call Xbox dog shit and say Phil Spencer needs to go. If you can go and tweet that brother right now, that'd be great." Part 3, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on part 3 or not. I don't know, man. 1 and 2 is just too good. I think Ellie need to go ahead and go by the wayside. Let's just leave her walking out and not ever knowing what would have happened. You know what I'm saying? Overdone said, "I don't think I got memes powerful enough to counter these bad news." Oh man. Overdone, you got to save me, brother. Save me. True Virgin said, "Redfall is better than Forspoken. My brother is drunk for the weekend already." Not like this. Forspoken got like 20 extra Metacritic points over Redfall. Not like this. ACO7, my brother, what's good? Sick. My brother's sick. He said, "Let's keep it a buck. Bots would champion the hell out of that show." Hey, that's true. Here's the problem. They try to say, well, if that show was Xbox's, y'all would if Xbox did a show like that, y'all would dog it, y'all would clown it. Here's the thing. Xbox wouldn't do a show like that because y'all motherfuckers ain't got anything as big as Spider-Man. So therefore, we don't have to imagine that shit. And I'm going to leave it at that, Jack. Y'all ain't got anything equivalent to Spider-Man. And it is what it is, so we don't have to say. All we know is y'all was hyping up the Pentiment and bragging on this Metacritic score. And we gonna keep it at that, Jack. My brother Money White said, "Xbox has lower expectation standards, that's why." Well, we know that. We know that. I mean, we know that. They just don't have the IP that's a universal appeal. They used to back in the day with Halo, but they ended up running that shit into the ground. And Gears was ran into the ground, so therefore that left them with nothing. Now these goofies out here trying to proclaim fucking Doom and Wolfenstein and all that shit, and I'm gonna be honest, the average gamer is not gonna give them credit for that. That shit was, I mean, we've been playing that shit for so long. Darkside said that the best Xbox game is a AA cartoon game. Let that sink in. Yeah, buddy. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's why it's taking me by surprise that these Xbots out here even saying a word. They need to be in hiding right about now after Phil Spencer came out there waving that white flag. But this is actually a good thing, y'all. This is actually a good thing. Because that puts pressure on Xbox. It's like an alley-oop. Sony gave them an alley-oop. Now it's up to them to slam dunk it. Right? It's really up to them to slam dunk it. If they fumble this again, I'll go on the limb and say the reason this show came out dog shit is because Sony has no competition. This is what happens when you have no competition. Sony did not feel the need to come out there and show the big bangers. They didn't. J Boss, my brother, TKRDS, I mean, listen, we know they're gonna fumble it, right? The moment they come out there with Redfall Redfall DLC, Sea of Thieves DLC, Pentiment DLC, Starfield 30 frames a second, running on the PC because they're not going to show it on the console. It's a wrap. They'll come out with a Forza Motorsport release date, but that shit gonna be running on the PC. It ain't gonna be running on the console. I mean, Helldivers 2 day one for me. I can't wait. I hope it comes sooner rather than later. I'm on it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to recruit me a little team right now. Can't wait for release date for the that handheld. I'm on it day one. I don't care what nobody say. That's for me. They did it for me. They created that device for J-Dub. That's the J-Dub handheld. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, let me go ahead and get out of here. I hope y'all have a beautiful weekend and holiday, enjoying yourself, barbecuing, cooking, relaxing in the swimming pool, everything else that makes you happy, man. I'm gonna see y'all on Twitter a little bit later. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know where to find me. Sick, if you do a stream later, whatever, you know I'm gonna be in the chat on that. Y'all take it easy, man. Y'all be beautiful. Take it easy. Peace.